Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into one of the most unique and mind-bending obbies I've ever encountered on Roblox. The game is called The Translator Prisons Run, and just from the title alone, I can tell this is going to be something completely different from your typical obby experience. I've been hearing whispers about this game in the Roblox community. People are saying it's not just a platform, but also a puzzle game that will literally mess with your brain. Some players have reported spending hours just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Before we jump in, let me just say, this game apparently involves multiple languages, cryptic messages, and some seriously complex puzzles that require actual translation skills. I've got Google Translate ready on my second monitor, my notebook for jotting down clues. I'm both excited and terrified because I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. The thumbnail shows these prison-like structures with mysterious symbols and text in different languages floating around. This is either going to be absolutely brilliant or completely impossible. Alright, I'm loading into the game now. Wow, even the loading screen is giving me chills. There's this ominous music playing, and I can see these floating text fragments in what looks like different languages. I think I see some Spanish, maybe some French, definitely some symbols I don't recognize. The loading bar is filling up slowly, and there are these cryptic messages appearing and disappearing. Translation is the key. Languages hold the power. Decode to escape. This is already getting my puzzle-solving brain excited. Boom, I've spawned into the game, and oh my goodness, this is absolutely incredible. I'm standing in what looks like this massive ancient library prison hybrid. The architecture is insane. There are these towering stone walls covered in text and symbols from dozens of different languages. I can see what looks like hieroglyphics, Chinese characters, Arabic scripts, Cyrillic letters, and so many others. It's like the United Nations of mysterious writing systems. The spawn area itself is designed like a prison courtyard, but instead of just gray concrete, every surface is covered in these intricate carvings and inscriptions. There are these massive stone tablets standing upright like monoliths, each one covered in different scripts, and the lighting is perfect. There are these flickering torches that cast dancing shadows across all the text, making it look like the words are actually moving. Looking around at the other players who are spawning in, I can see everyone is just as confused as I am. People are running around frantically trying to read the different inscriptions, and the chat is absolutely chaotic. What does this mean? Is that Latin? I don't understand any of this. Help me please. The panic is real, but also kind of hilarious. There's this massive stone archway ahead of me that seems to be the entrance to the actual obby, but it's blocked by this huge stone door covered in text. The door has inscriptions in what looks like at least 8 different languages, and there's this glowing panel in the center that seems to be waiting for some kind of input. Above the door, there's a message in English that says, "Speak the universal truth in the language of the ancients to proceed." On the left side of the door, I can see text in what looks like Spanish, "El conocimiento es poder." I think that means knowledge is power. On the right side, there's French text, "La connaissance est le pouvoir." Same thing, knowledge is power. And at the bottom, there's German, "Wissen ist Macht." Again, knowledge is power. I'm starting to see a pattern here. There's a hint carved into the stone above the door. It's a relief showing what looks like ancient Roman soldiers and scholars. That's got to be it. Latin. I need to translate knowledge is power into Latin. Let me think. I remember from school that knowledge in Latin is scientia and power is potentia. So it should be scientia est potentia, or maybe scientia potentia est. As the door opens, I can hear this triumphant orchestral music playing, and there's this amazing light effect as ancient-looking particles float out from the doorway. Other players are cheering in the chat. How did you do that? That was amazing. Teach me your ways. I'm feeling pretty proud of myself right now, so I need to identify which platforms have the word forward written on them in different languages. Let me look at the first few platforms. The first one has adelante written on it. That's Spanish for forward. The second one has arrière. Wait, that's French for backward. I definitely don't want to step on that one. The third one has avanti. That's Italian for forward. And the fourth one has Zurich. That's German for backward. The third platform I can reach has Fremont written on it. I think that's Swedish or Norwegian for forward. Stepping on it, green glow, I was right. The fourth platform has Pered. That's Cyrillic script. I think that's Russian for forward. Stepping on it, yes. Another green glow. There's a platform with prosta. That's Greek script I remember from studying ancient Greek. This should mean forward. Stepping on it, correct. And there's another one with adiempech. That's Hebrew. I'm less sure about this one, but based on the pattern, it should mean forward. Stepping on it, green glow. I was right. The platforms are getting more challenging now. There's one with what looks like Arabic script, Ilal Amam. I'm going to trust the pattern and step on it, stepping green glow, and another with chi ended. That's a single Chinese character that I think means forward. Stepping correct again. The next section is even more complex. I'm now facing this massive wall covered in different writing systems, and there are these glowing symbols that I can click on. There's a sign that says find the symbols that represent escape in 5 different writing systems. Choose wisely for wrong choices. Summon the Guardians. For Japanese, the kanji should be similar to Chinese. Yes, there's Tao again, but in the Japanese section of the wall, clicking on it, another gold glow, 2 down. For the 5th one, I need to think about other writing systems. Maybe hieroglyphs. I can see some Egyptian symbols that look like they could represent movement or fleeing. There's a symbol that looks like legs running. Clicking on it, gold glow. All 5 symbols are glowing gold now. Suddenly the wall starts to rumble and split open down the middle. Ancient mechanisms are grinding and clicking, and this massive doorway is opening up, but as it opens, I can hear this ominous music starting to play, and there are these red warning lights flashing. A message appears. The Guardians have awakened. Run. I'm now in a long corridor lined with prison cells, and each cell has a different puzzle inside. There are signs indicating that I need to solve the puzzles in the cells to unlock the path forward, but I can still hear the Guardians behind me, so I need to work fast. Inside the cell, there's a key with a symbol on it that looks like a compass. I'm guessing this is one of several keys I'll need to collect. Grabbing the key. The compass key is now in my inventory. The second cell has a puzzle in what looks like ancient Greek. There's text that says, Gnothi Seanton. I think that means know thyself. It's a famous Greek aphorism, and there's a riddle underneath. I am the beginning of knowledge, the end of space and time, the beginning of every end, and the end of every place. What am I? The answer has to be the letter E. Typing E. Correct, another key appears. This one has an eye symbol on it. I can hear them getting closer. Their footsteps are echoing louder, and I can see shadows moving at the end of the corridor. I need to solve these puzzles faster. Looking at the door, there's a riddle. First comes direction, then comes sight, then comes the cold of winter's night, then comes the light to guide your way, then comes the love that saves the day. So the order should be compass direction, eyesight, snowflake, cold star, light, heart, love. In the center of the library is this massive tree that looks like it's made of books. The trunk is formed from stacked books. The branches are made of rolled scrolls, and the leaves are individual pages that flutter in an unfelt breeze. And perched on the branches are these owl-like creatures that seem to be made of pure text. Their feathers are letters and words that constantly shift and change. There's a sign that says, welcome to the Universal Library. Here all knowledge is preserved. To continue your escape, you must prove your worth by solving the riddle of the polyglot tree. Great secret of knowledge. It says in Spanish, French, German, Italian, Portuguese, Russian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Arabic, Hebrew, Hindi, and at least a dozen other languages all at once. The effect is both beautiful and overwhelming. The tree's face looks at me expectantly. 3 glowing orbs descend from the branches. Each orb contains a riddle in a different language. The first orb is glowing blue and contains text in Spanish. The second orb is glowing red and contains text in French. Reading. Je suis toujours devant toi, mais tu ne peux jamais me rattraper. Plus tu cours vite, plus je cours vite aussi. Qu'est-ce que je suis? I am always in front of you, but you can never catch me. The faster you run, the faster I run too. What am I? That's your shadow in French. That would be l'ombre. Ton ombre. Typing l'ombre. The red orb glows and rises. The third orb is glowing green and contains text in German. Reading. Ich bin nicht am Leben, aber ich wachse. Ich habe keine Lungen, aber ich brauche Luft. Ich habe keinen Mund, aber das Wasser tötet mich. Was bin ich? I am not alive, but I grow. I have no lungs, but I need air. I have no mouth, but water kills me. What am I? That's fire in German. That would be Feuer. Typing Feuer. The green orb glows and rises. All 3 orbs have returned to the tree, and the tree's face is smiling. Excellent! You have proven your linguistic prowess. The path is now open. The tree begins to glow, and its trunk splits open to reveal a staircase leading upward. The text creatures in the branches are chirping and tweeting in different languages, creating this beautiful beautiful symphony of multilingual sounds. At the top of the staircase, I emerge onto what looks like the roof of the library, but this isn't just any roof. This is like a garden of languages. There are plants growing here, but instead of leaves, they have pages covered in text from different languages. There are roses with petals made of poetry, sunflowers with centers that are spinning wheels of different alphabets, and vines that are growing words instead of fruit. This is going to be the most complex puzzle yet. I need to find constellations that spell out freedom in 5 different ancient languages. Let me think. Ancient Greek would be Eleutheria. Eleutheria Latin would be Libertas. Hebrew would be Hervet. Cherut Sanskrit would be Moksha, and maybe ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. There I can see Greek letters forming Eleftheria. The symbols are scattered across the sky, but I can see the pattern adjusting controls. I'm rotating the cosmic alphabet to align the Greek letters Eleutheria. The constellation locks into place and glows golden. This is trickier. Hebrew reads right to left. I need to find Harvet, rotating telescope. There I can see the Hebrew letters scattered across a different section of the sky, adjusting controls. Aligning from right to left, TVRH. The Hebrew constellation locks into place and glows blue. For the 5th ancient language, I need to find Egyptian hieroglyphs that represent freedom. This is incredibly difficult because hieroglyphs are pictographic rotating telescope. I can see some symbols that look like birds, which often represent freedom in Egyptian art, and there's a symbol that looks like broken chains, adjusting controls. I'm aligning these hieroglyphic symbols to represent the concept of freedom. The constellation locks into place and glows with rainbow colors. But wait, just as I'm about to enter the portal, I hear footsteps behind me. Turning around, I see a figure emerging from the staircase. It's another player, but they're dressed in this incredible robe covered in text from different languages. They look like some kind of linguistic wizard. Oh no, this is the final boss battle, and it's going to be a linguistics battle. The Guardian raises their staff, which is topped with a crystal containing swirling letters from every alphabet imaginable. The roof of the library transforms into a battle arena with floating platforms made of different books and scrolls. The Guardian points their staff at me and a glowing word appears in the air. Liebe. That's German for love, but which language do I need to translate it to? There are floating alphabet symbols around me, and I need to choose the right one. I can see symbols for Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, Russian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Arabic, Hebrew, Hindi, and many others. The Guardian is waiting for my answer. I think they want me to choose the language and then provide the translation. The Guardian raises their staff again and another word appears. Voda, that's Russian for water. I need to translate this to another language. Clicking on French symbol, I choose French. Typing EU, correct second challenge complete. I choose English. Typing freedom is valuable. The Guardian pauses considering my answer. Close but not exact. They say try again. Oh no, I need to be more precise. Let me think. Maybe freedom has value would be better. Typing freedom has value. Still not quite right. The portal behind me opens slowly. I can see the exit, but before I go, the Guardian gives me a final gift. A special translator badge that appears in my inventory. It's glowing with symbols from every language I've encountered in this incredible journey. I'm now standing on a victory platform high above the entire prison complex. From here, I can see the entire journey I've taken. The initial door puzzle, the language platforms, the Guardian statues, the cell puzzles, the universal library, the linguistic garden, and the final battle arena. It's been an incredible adventure. My completion statistics appear on a glowing screen. Total time 2 hours 47 minutes. Languages encountered 23 puzzles solved, 15 translations completed, 847 ranked polyglot master. I've achieved the highest rank possible. I've also unlocked a ton of achievements. Linguistic detective, polyglot extraordinaire, ancient language scholar, guardian defeater, universal translator, prison breaker, knowledge seeker, riddle master, constellation aligner, and freedom fighter. Looking at the global leaderboard, I can see I'm ranked number of 56 out of over 50,000 players who have attempted this obby. The top players completed it in under an hour. Those must be some seriously skilled linguists. I'm definitely going to try to improve my time in future runs. What I love most about this obby is how it encourages players to learn about different cultures through their languages. I've gained appreciation for writing systems I never knew existed, and I've learned words and phrases in languages I never encountered before. It's like a virtual world tour through the landscape of human expression. The multiplayer aspect works brilliantly. I saw players in the chat helping each other with translation, sharing knowledge about different languages. celebrating each other's successes. It creates this wonderful collaborative learning environment where everyone benefits from everyone else's knowledge. From an educational standpoint, this obby is a masterpiece. It could easily be used in schools to teach students about different languages and cultures. The puzzles are engaging enough to hold players' attention while they learn, and the variety of challenges ensures that different learning styles are accommodated. The story and world building are also top-notch. The concept of being trapped in a prison of language barriers and having to use translation skills to escape is both metaphorically powerful and literally engaging. The Universal Library is one of the most beautiful and inspiring virtual spaces I've ever seen. The replay value is enormous. With 23 different languages encountered, I know I missed nuances and details that would become clear with repeated playthroughs. Plus, the leaderboard system encourages players to improve their speed and accuracy. And I heard there are seasonal events that introduce additional languages and challenges. Thank you all for joining me on this incredible linguistic adventure. If you enjoyed watching me struggle with ancient languages and celebrate small translation victories, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with anyone who loves languages or learning. Next week, I'm planning to take on the Mathematician's Tower, another educational obby that combines math challenges with platforming. If it's anything like this linguistic masterpiece, we're in for another incredible learning adventure. I'm already planning my next playthrough. I want to try speedrunning this obby, but more importantly, I want to study some of the languages I encountered more deeply. The Sanskrit and Arabic puzzles really challenged me, and I think learning more about these writing systems would make the experience even richer. For any educators watching this, I cannot stress enough how valuable this game could be as a teaching tool. The engagement level is through the roof, the content is academically sound, and the collaborative aspects encourage peer learning. Plus, it's just plain fun. Students would be learning about linguistics, history, culture, and problem solving all at once. I keep thinking about that moment when I was standing in the Universal Library, surrounded by the collective knowledge of human civilization. It was genuinely moving. In that moment, I felt connected to every culture and every person who has ever written down their thoughts and ideas. That's the power of language. It connects us across time and space. The puzzle design is also worth highlighting. Each challenge was carefully crafted to teach specific concepts while remaining engaging and fun. The progression from simple word recognition to complex cultural understanding mirrors the natural process of language learning. It's educational game design at its finest. The Guardian character was particularly well designed. Instead of being a traditional boss fight based on reflexes or button mashing, it was a battle of wits and knowledge. The final linguistic duel was intense and satisfying in a completely different way from typical gaming challenges. The achievement system is also motivating. Earning titles like Polyglot Master and Ancient Language Scholar feels genuinely meaningful because they represent real learning and accomplishment. It's not just about completing arbitrary tasks, it's about expanding your understanding of the world. I'm also thinking about the broader implications of this game for the future of education. If we can make learning this engaging and fun, imagine what we could accomplish in schools and universities. This game proves that education and entertainment don't have to be separate, they can enhance each other. Looking back on this entire experience, I'm struck by how much I've learned in just under 3 hours of gameplay. I've gained familiarity with writing systems I'd never seen before, learned words and languages I'd never encountered, and developed a deeper appreciation for the diversity and beauty of human communication. The technical support has been excellent too. Throughout my entire playthrough, I didn't encounter a single bug or glitch. The game ran smoothly, the text rendered perfectly, and all the interactive elements worked flawlessly. That level of polish is rare, especially for such a complex project. The environmental storytelling was also superb. Every location told a story about language and communication, from the prison-like starting area representing the barriers that language differences can create to the Universal Library representing the unity and shared knowledge that translation can provide. The lasting impact of this experience is already clear. I've bookmarked several language learning resources, joined online communities for polyglots, and started following linguistics researchers on social media. This game has opened up a whole new world of interests and possibilities. Thank you again for joining me on this incredible journey through the world of languages and communication. This has been one of the most rewarding gaming experiences of my life, and I hope my enthusiasm has come through in this commentary. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep celebrating the beautiful diversity of human expression. In the words of the great polyglot Giuseppe Mezzofanti, every language is a world. And this game has shown us just how many worlds there are to explore. Peace out, polyglots. See you in the next adventure.